All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get you in the know in the next 15 minutes or less. Let's talk about it. James Gunn has talked to Marvel and DC about a crossover movie. Fingers crossed. I hope he can convince them. That would be fantastic. Big news coming from Scout Comics as they have made a partnership with Comic Tags to change the way that digital comics get brought to you. Stay tuned for more on this breaking story and check out the article from comicbook.com on both of these amazing informational pieces. I'm really excited about the Comic Tag partner with Scout Comics. It might just change how digital is received. Yes, Black Widow has a post-credit scene. Thank you, Brandon Davis, BD, for bringing that to us. And he thinks there's two of them, so make sure you stay to the very end. The Incredible Hulk will appear at the North Coast Nostalgia in Parma, and that's going to be in Cleveland. That didn't make our forecast, but made the news, so now you know. If you're in Cleveland, that's a show that you want to get to. If the forms of comic books had returned in Poland as the 1990s, only in greater quantities. Green Arrow's 80th anniversary book is going on here, and this is from Tom Taylor. Green Arrow, you say? Nicholas Scott art, and I have a story later this month. Ooh, looking good, and he looks good for 80. Comics Asylum Press, and by the way, that article was brought to us by Twitter users. We're actually using some Twitter users now, trying to keep it a lot of balanced stuff. And speaking of balance, here's Asylum Press bringing us the Warlash, Cold Metal Mayhem, and Bioburden #1, comics and more, now on Kickstarter. Time is running out. Check it out. It's got a badass video you're going to want to watch, and then back it. And tell your friends about it. Ordinary Gods, the exclusive preview of Image Comics' brand new title coming from IGN. Check it out there. Remember, you can get to all of these by going to the Comics Newswire at comicsnewswire.com and send us an email if you have anything you want covered really quickly to the Comics Newswire at yahoo.com, and we will cover your articles. The Will Eisner Award nominees are up. The awards are coming. It's very exciting in the industry to see the awards given out, especially under Will Eisner's name. Of course, he used to take part of this during his time on this planet, and I'm sure he still looks down in heaven watching who won the awards every year. Remember, awards show the industry what's going on and who's new and who's winning what and what's exciting. So awards can be great. I'm not nominated for one, not even considered for one, but I still think it's a fantastic thing. 7. From July 26, 21, this is from Constant Hustle Comics. Look at that cover. I thought that was awesome, so we gave it a share. Remember, guys, when you're going to share on Twitter, at least give your pitch line. G-Man's, Comics Anonymous, the whole team behind Sagas of the Shield Maiden. This is on Kickstarter right now. We're not covering it. We saw it on Twitter. If you know the people behind it, tell them to come join us for Backer Paws. This is now on Kickstarter. Book 2 of the Viking Western comic, recounting the legends of the Shield Maiden as she traverses Scandinavia and beyond the North Sea. Nate, and that was brought to us by G-Man Comics. Nate Jones gives us what evil lurks beyond the veil. Find out in Eden's Wrath. Now on Kickstarter again. And Nate, if you're watching, give us permission. We'll put it on Backer Paws. Kevin Stewart gives us a new page of art from his book, Apollo, coming to Kickstarter soon. He is going to be showcasing this art. That's Kevin Stewart on Twitter. Check him out if you like what you see. Alan Corrado, is it possible to make an indie comic about USMC orangutan in Vietnam War without a Viet Cong opium lab scene? I mean, I guess I could. I'm assuming there's a Viet Cong opium lab in the book. But the art was cool, so we shared it. This is from El Corrado, and he's making comics. Comics for Everyone says, gives us actually a lot of different books that are now on Indiegogo, it looks like. So check out these books, ranging from The Octopus Cowboy, how can't you like that, to Rowan, to Absolute, a few other things. So check it out right now. The Untold Story of the Batwing. Trust me, you're going to want to watch this. 1970s Batman will surprise you and who he was and where Batwing began. Jax was excited about that news. You heard him. That was brought to us by Looper.com. It's an honor. It's a big honor, says EMS responder Era. And she's now a Marvel comic book hero and a real-life hero for that. And this is brought to us by GoErie.com. And head over to the Rainy Road website for the comics. This is from the Comics Newswire. This is a pretty cool thing from Michael Gonzalez, who is talking to us about signing up for an exclusive preview of an upcoming project. And that's brought to us by our site. Juneteenth, this is actually in the forecast you'll see. It's Black on the Block this weekend on Juneteenth, which is, by the way, now a federal holiday. Very excited about hearing that that's finally a holiday. Long overdue. I'm happy it's finally happened. And that is going to be happening in Los Angeles. Meet Buell. Let me look. I think it's Bew Outlaw from the Comics Newswire. Sorry about struggling on this. This is from B.D. Diddley, who will be in part of the Juneteenth celebration in Los Angeles. And he shared this from his Moon Studios, and that is pretty exciting. Check the link. It's on our site. And this just wound up getting doubled, so we're going to move on. Little Victories. Autism Through a Father's Eye, a writer's perspective. His son has autism just like mine. We're going to try to get him interviewed. I was really excited about this. Check it out. It's coming to us from comicmovie.com. Scouts releases this month or this week from June 9th. Definitely check that out from scottcomics.com. Fables returns. That's right. DC announces the continuation of Bill Williams' Williams created owned hit with Fables 151 and Batman Versus. Find out more at dccomics.com, including the king of metal. I mean, this is Ozzy Osbourne, man. Like, if there was a king of metal, it would be Ozzy. He is like the supreme dark lord of metal, and he is joining DC for some metal comic covers, and this is also going to be Megadeth. He's also joining Megadeth. It's the band edition. It's cranking up for 11 for the hit comic book series Dark Metal. Yeah, Dark Metal. I think I got that one right. Check out the next generation of Teen Mutant Heroes. You're going to be able to read more. This is coming to us from Marvel.com. And see what new digital comics are worth reading this week by clicking that link. The Comics Newswire is happy to confirm that DC Superman hotness is officially canon, like there was ever any doubt. That's brought to us by ScreenRant.com. Scout Comics tells us, attention Earth beings! Action Tank lands in August from Scout Comics. And make sure that you're checking out previews to order all things coming from Scout. And in the No Duh category, we have WandaVision success leads to continued comic sellouts and back orders. No kidding. This is brought to us from GamesRadar.com. Imagine that. A well-produced story gets comic books to sell. Big Comic Page tells us, sweet, wholesome, honest, and funny. This is an LGBTQIA+ sex comedy you didn't know you needed in your life. It is the review of Alice in Leatherland. I just like the title Leatherland, so I'm all in. DC and Gamers 17, 20, 21 Eisner Award nominations have been announced. You can see that DC Gardner's 17, 2001 Eisner Award nomination. That's brought to us by DCComics.com. In praise of Neil Adams, the reigning king of comic books. And, man, Neil Adams, nothing but respect, nothing but love. Neil Adams, you're awesome. Keep being awesome. Thank you for the interview. If you haven't seen it, it's on our YouTube channel. One of my favorite interviews I've ever done. The Forbidden Summer is coming. That's right. We're covering it on our site. Check out when the summer is about to hit. Things are about to heat up. Deciphering the Joker's mysterious new puzzle box. What? You're going to check out DC Comics for more on that. Yes, Harley Quinn animated series, comic book getting a sequel. And yes, this is the week where that animated series also caused some controversy with Batman not going down on Catwoman. I wish I was making that up, but that's part of the news. I got to go back to paneling with my man Laurent, and we were there at Central Florida Comic Con. I finally got to break my cherry. It had grown back. I hadn't done a con in over a year in person. I was so happy to be back on the road, talking to people, hopefully advising them into whatever they need to in the creative field of comics. Continuum Comics. Instagram has new art and news dropping all the time. As a matter of fact, you'll get more information from that Instagram than you will from our main site, as things come out quicker there on purpose. So make sure you subscribe today. Silences and Previews. Check it out now. This is from our friends Evan Pazio, and he's got some dialogue. It's going to be a book you want to add to your pull list. John Limis explores the Black Tiger. This is a great article. It's on our site. Creators have written since. Check it out today. The art is fantastic. And the Heroics Summer begins June 28th. That's right. Heroics is coming to Kickstarter. Make sure you hit the notify me button. Look at that cover by Mike Seeley. Just an amazing job. Exclusive first look of X-Men #1, The Inside, brought to us by Marvel.com. And speaking of Marvel, Marvel makes controversial Iron Man character canon. That's from comicbook.com. Milestone is back, and here's a preview video for you guys. Frank Forte also gives us the Warlush, Cold Metal, Mayhem, and Bioburden. Talk a little bit about that at the beginning of the show. And don't forget to back Rammer on Indiegogo right now, and check out E4 Comics and their new store. You can find all of those on our site at comicbookadvocates.com. Samuel Hicks rides again, Death Star Publishing. Check out what Samuel Hicks is up to now. The Incicata So Pro Comics. This is something that is definitely going to bug you if you don't check it out. See what I did there? See what I did there? That's from supportcomics.com. And the return of Milestone Comics. We talked about the trailer. Milestone is back. Make sure you put it on your pull list at your local comic book shop. And Will Peating gives us Heel Turn, and it's coming soon. It's about a pro wrestler and horror suspense comic. You're going to want to tune in to Backer Paws to see what that's about. Peter A. DeLuca gives us the Dark Hero Synth Journey on YouTube. Check out what he's creating. And along with Greg K. Morquique, who is launching his Kickstarter on August 9th. It's coming soon, the Seer Chronicles. Vineta. I apologize for ruining that one. I don't think that's how it's said. Nader Fox talks about his new project, Manchild. It's coming August 2nd, and he's trying to hit 100 signups before it goes live. I should do that. Try to aim for that. It's a good number. DC introduces the All-LGBT Justice League for Pride Month, and that's out in out.com. And comic book preview for Super, I think it's supposed to be Sonjitaverse, and that's #5, and that's going to be from flickeringmyth.com. Marvel releases Venom Farewell video. This is about Donny Cates leaving the project. It's heart-touching. It's from comicbook.com. Please check it out. And Dustin tells us that he's going to be launching the Listener Beginnings on the 22nd of June. So that is coming in just days. Make sure you subscribe. You hit the notify me button right now. The Marvel Universe descends into chaos in the Darkhold Alpha. That's coming to us soon by Steve Orlando and Cien Tomei. Cien Tomei, and they redefine Marvel's magic. And they're killing Doctor Strange, so something crazy is going on in Marvel this summer. And then here we go, the exclusive Meet Heavy Metal's Female Indiana Jones in Space, Milestone's Return, and so much more. It's Sci-Fi, their Comics Wire. Just saying, we had it first, Sci-Fi, but I love that you're doing it, so keep up the good work. The Satanic Coloring Book is coming soon to Kickstarter. I know you've all wanted it. This is from Jason Lennox. And Joe Maloon and Far Sector are out of this world. This is from DC Comics. Check it out right now. Heavy is the Head. This is June 16th. New Marvel full pull list. You're going to want to check out what you missed if you didn't pre-order at your local comic book shop. Take the weekend to go find out what's out now from comic books. Comic book previews, Supergirl, World of Tomorrow, #1. There's even talk that it's actually redefining what the Arrowverse was trying to do. Marvel Mike's Pride Month with Black Cat. First same-sex kiss. I could stay a while and watch. And that's all we have for you this week. The Comics Newswire at yahoo.com is how you get your news on our show. Let's take you to the forecast really quickly and show you what's going on this weekend. Welcome to the Comic Con Forecast for June 18th through the 20th. Up in Washington State, there will be the SummerCon going on from the 18th to the 20th. That is in Puyallup, Washington. And then in California, the Juneteenth pop-ups happening on the 19th from 12 to 4 p.m. We also have the Sheer-Off promotions. That's going to be happening on the 20th from 10 to 3 in Virginia. In Smallville, Kansas, there will be the Smallville Festival, which will be held outdoor the 17th through the 19th. Please stay hydrated. The highs are expected to be in the hundreds. Across the pond, there is going to be a show over in France. Pretty exciting to see international cons return. B.D. Diddley will be at the Juneteenth pop-up, and he says, "We're outside. We're excited to announce that we will be at Black on the Block in Los Angeles on Juneteenth. Come through this free event and see us along with a ton of Black-owned businessmen." That's your forecast for this weekend. All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Enjoy your weekend and go out there and support Comic Cons and comic book shops and back a Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Mr. Anderson is the unboxable advocating creator known as the in-DEE Comics Devil, who will tempt you with his devilish tales of fetish, monsters, and more. He is the giver of free hugs and spanks, and he is a partner in Continuum Comics. Check out everything Anderson at chainlinks.site.